Hello and welcome back to New World. So there's a brand new way to play Cyberpunk 2077, and that way is playing it ultra realistic. Now there have been a ton of mods that have released that completely overhaul the game and make the game look absolutely amazing. From NPCs to textures to lighting, there is a way to play Cyberpunk 2077 in 2024 going into 2025 in a brand new way. And in this video we're going to hop inside of modded Cyberpunk 2077 so you guys can see what I did, how I made the game look like this. And we're just going to talk about how I feel about the future of Cyberpunk and the modding scene on the way. So if you like the content I put out, go ahead and hit that like, comment, and subscribe button. Let's go ahead and hop into modded Cyberpunk 2077 because I'm not going to lie, it looks absolutely unreal. Alright, so we're in game, and as you can see, the game looks absolutely phenomenal. We got modded cars. You can also see that the ground textures also look good as well compared to the original game. And as you can see, these cars look absolutely phenomenal. Now, how do I get this look? How do I achieve this look? How does this look the way that it's looking? So the first things first is these are my graphical settings, so you guys can see that already, and we can get that out the way. So let me turn off depth of field really quick. Now I'm using ray tracing overdrive. I turned off film grain, chromatic aberration, depth of field, and lens flare, but I kept motion blur on. Now as you can see, frame generation is off, and the reason being for frame generation being off is because with frame generation on, it does break the depth of field effect. But as you can see, I have the game completely maxed out everywhere. That is how you do it as far as from the graphical side. Now the only mods that you need to use to get this kind of like realistic, very good looking look, you only need the Nova LUT 2, the Supernova. You want environmental textures overhaul, the 4K version, and then you want to download your reshade of choice. Now my reshade I'm using is from Dubstep's recent video, and this is the perfect reshade. Now as you can see, we don't have the depth of field thing on right now, and it looks really good, but once you turn on depth of field, you get a very good looking look. Now we're going to get in one of these cars and drive around and have some fun, but as you can see, we have modded Judy here. Now one thing about modding this game is the fact that you have to know when to play around with your settings, right? Time of day is very important, and to get the best looking NPCs, one thing that you can do is turn off ray reconstruction. Now what ray reconstruction does is it makes the game look a lot sharper, and it fixes those ray tracing effects or whatever the case may be. But as you can see, if I turn it off, it makes the NPCs look a lot better. Their skin is a lot clearer. So as you can see, it is very selective when you want to like showcase the game. So if you wondered how people's NPCs might look different and nobody's really answering the question, it's because you have to turn off ray reconstruction when showcasing NPCs, because NPCs do look entirely different once you turn it off. But a good thing about this reshade is the fact that I like this reshade. As you can see, you see what the game looked like before. But the one thing that I like about this reshade is the fact that the colors, for some reason, actually make the ray reconstruction effect not look that bad. Now we're going to go around the world. We're going to hop in the game so you guys can really see the beauty of this world. I want to drive, and I feel like for the showcase, for the video, I really like this car. Now I really like this car because it has this like cyberpunk-esque feel to it. It looks really nice. So we're going to hop inside of this car. We're going to drive, and I can't get on this side because I got the cars blocking it. But we're going to hop in and drive around. Now, of course, it's not sensible to drive with depth of field on because you can't really see anything and it gets very bloated. So all you want to do is just turn off depth of field. Now, of course, playing with frame generation off, you're going to see a performance decrease. But I also like playing with this off because it is a single player game. And having this kind of 45-ish locked FPS is actually not that bad. Now, when the 5090 does come out next year, I'm actually going to be very excited to see what that card is going to be capable of as far as modding this game and hopefully playing it natively. But as you can see, it looks really good. Like the game looks absolutely amazing. Now, of course, you say, oh, you're using overcast weather. You're always using overcast weather. And all of these showcases, they show the game off in this weather. But I really do like how this looks. Now, we're going to switch once we get into Night City, so you guys can see what the game looks like when the game is neoned out and all the ray tracing, pad tracing effects come into play. But as we're driving into the city, man, this game looks really good. Now I do have, it does get bright, and that's not the reshade, that's the game. I really want them to fix this where you get inside the car and it gets super duper bright. But as you can see, with path tracing and just changing the LUT and adding a reshade, the game looks really good. It has that grungy feel to it. It has that cyberpunk futuristic feel to it. Yeah, it looks really good. And as you can see, if I press the home key, we're at about 45 FPS, which is not terrible. It's not bad at all. Now, this is one of my favorite places to show off where the game could really enhance itself as far as visuals. As you can see, if we zoom in right here, the car looks really good with this overcast weather. You can see we got the police here, and it's not just this car, all the cars look really good. This is a very good reshade. It looks nice, but I'm going to hit the insert key because that's the key that I have set. I'm gonna go home, press home, turn off reshade real quick, and we just want to go, and we can change the time of day really quick, right? So I want to go at night, so we're gonna go at night. And what I want to do is go into Nova City. This is the weather mod, and I can go into Nova City and kind of change exactly what weather I want. So we want to do heavy rain, and as you can see, it has that really dark dystopian look. But if we go and we walk in the streets of Night City, the mood of Night City has always been dark to me. It's always been gritty. It's always been grimy. So seeing the game look like this is absolutely perfect because it does fit the feel. Now, if I click and I zoom in, you can see we don't have reshade. We don't have the cinematic depth of field on, but here's the difference, right? Having depth of field on versus off. This is off, this is on. You get an entirely different feel of the game once you turn reshade, once you turn depth of field on, and it just makes the game look absolutely phenomenal. As you can see, these NPCs are walking here, and this looks really, really good. We're gonna go around and kind of go to a little bit more lit area. And as you can see, the game in its darkest state, we're going to be going into territory right now of people that I believe isn't going to be too friendly, so we got to stay on our guard. But as of right now, let's see the game save. I don't see anything as of right now, but it's nice, it's dark, it's gritty. Oh, what's this? I don't know what this is. I guess it's a mission, but it's nice, it's dark, it's gritty. It's got that cyberpunk feel that I've always wanted in this game. You can see the pad tracing effects with the water right here, the ground textures, everything looks really, really good. But I want to go into a more city area so you guys can see the NPCs at an even better state. Now for this one, we're going to switch cars, and I want to use the Mercedes. I really do like that Mercedes, that AMG, that nice green AMG. Should be pulling up right here. Look at that. It looks so good. Now it's very dark, so you guys can't really see. So we're gonna go inside of this car real quick. Now as you can see, it has its own interiors. I make the interiors as green as the car itself, as you can see, which looks really, really, really good. We're gonna go, I'm gonna press page up to toggle my HUD back on. We're gonna drive to our waypoint now. Of course, depth of field isn't the best when driving inside of the car. As you see, I wrecked my car right here. As you can see, we're driving here. You can see the interior of the car, how good the interior looks. And yeah, this game looks so good. It has that night city feel to it. I really do like how this game feels. I love just like the vibe of it. Yeah, as you can see, we're driving here. FPS isn't great, but it is very playable. Anything above 30 FPS, hitting about 35 is perfect. All right, so now we're into more of the city area of the game. Now, if I press page up, now we got the HUD off. So now we're in the more city areas of the game, so you guys can see the NPCs and how good these NPCs look. Yeah, the world of Cyberpunk, especially with this, it's very dark, it's very gritty. You can see the streets, you can see the NPCs, you can see the world. If you kind of go right here, as you can see, it looks really, really good with this reshade, because without this reshade, I was having a problem with making the NPCs look as good as they are, solely because of ray reconstruction. But NPCs look a lot better now. I think it just had a lot to do with color, but the game looks great. We see the color burn right here. We see the streets. It looks so good. As you can see, like, this looks absolutely amazing, insane. You can see the pad tracing effects on the floor as people are walking. They have their umbrellas. This is a good way to like turn this way and like see everybody, all the NPCs and all of their fashion and all of their different life paths and lifestyles and cyberware. It looks really, really good. And this is all just a couple of mods. All it is just tweaking how the game looks just a tad and making the game look absolutely amazing. Now, a perfect question is, how does the game look in the daytime? And as you can see, the game still looks phenomenal in the daytime. Now this reshade also in this combination looks the best in daytime as well. So now you don't just have to do cloudy weather this time. Now all of the weathers look really, really good. It's not just one, it's not just cloudy, it's not just rainy. It has this like studio light effect to it, this cinematic trailer effect to it. where the game just looks really, really good. Like walking the streets of Night City in the daytime looks just as good as it does at night as well. You see all the NPCs here. We see the world here. This is what the game felt like when launching it. This is what the game felt like when opening it. An entire world of just possibilities and really good looking NPCs and insane textures. As you can see, some NPCs I use a 4K texture as well for the NPCs. So some NPCs do use that 4K texture, and you can tell once you see them. Like, this looks super duper good, and it's, like I said, it's only a couple mods to make this all look the way that you want it to look. Look at the light in here, look at his hair, look at the shadows on his hair as well. Oh yeah, this is nice. One of the most beautiful places in Night City is Dogtown. Now, as far as Dogtown is concerned, the lighting looks absolutely insane in this game. It's a lot of debris, it's a lot of stuff going on. So you can walk around this, especially in the daytime, in this kind of like cloudy weather, and it looks so good. Now, it also increases intensity as soon as you go at night, and as you see all the neon signs and you see all of the lights kind of hit. But I want to go and take a different approach so you guys can see how good this light looks here. We just got some money from American Animal Defenders Association, 25,000. But this looks really good. The graffiti here, once I turn this corner here, look at this. This is insane. Realistic Cyberpunk is now possible in 2024 going into 2025, and what better way for these mods to come out right before the 5090 releases, because the 5090 is going to be a juggernaut of a card. I'm using a 4090 right now, and the fact that I'm able to get this kind of performance without DLSS at around 45 FPS is absolutely insane. Like, this looks really good. And of course, I can't show Dogtown unless it's at night. I said I wanted to take it a different approach, but this game looks way too good for me not to. Look how good this looks. Look at the lighting on the ground. Look how real this looks. This looks insane. And it's all just using a LUT and a Reshade. That's it. And a texture mod on the ground. You don't necessarily have to download cars or do all of that, but it's a good touch to add in. But like, as you can see, this looks insane, bro. Even showcasing the regular cars in the game, if I hit the side of the light, it looks really good. So yeah, if you haven't played Cyberpunk modded, or you want to play modded Cyberpunk, it is not impossible to do. It is super duper easy to do, super duper easy to install. All you do is just drag and drop the contents inside of your Cyberpunk folder. Make sure you look in the requirements on the Nexus to also get the mods that are needed to make sure that everything works properly. It's not a lot, it's kind of like the same core mods, but this is Cyberpunk 2077 modded. I just want to do this video so you guys can see the potential of the game and what all you can do to make this look as next gen as possible. I can't wait for the 5090 to release, because this is going to be an insane experience. And of course, it's not a Cyberpunk video unless you just completely obliterate somebody and just have a whole bunch of fun. So download Cyberpunk today. Go ahead and just play it. It's on sale right now, and just enjoy the game in all its glory, and just have a whole lot of fun in this beautiful game. So if you like the content I put out, go ahead and hit that like, comment, and subscribe button. New World out.